this bill that Trump just signed, you probably should call it a holiday bill, because they're going to be back at the same situation after the holidays. So what that means is stick to the basics. Don't splurge and buy a bunch of Zuzus and Wham Whams. Zuzus and Wham Whams is bullshit. And start stocking up your cupboards, even if you have to go to a food pantry. Recently, I had to go to one, okay? I used to be embarrassed about the idea of going to a food pantry until I got hungry. Okay. And I realized they had some pretty good finds, dry goods like beans, rice, lentils, and canned goods like fruits, tuna, to go with the things that you buy, and mix it all together. Children don't know the difference. So here are some helpful hints to help you in your shopping. This time around, a lot of times I like to buy the water, the hoity-toity water. But this time around, I bought the cheapest water in that place, because I need water out on my job. And for the first time I saw, sorry for that noise in the background, I saw gizzards. Now, we used to go buy chicken, and you see some gizzards. If you were kind of broke, you could buy you some gizzards and potato wedges. And so I saw gizzards. You do have to, I feel like you have to boil them first and then batter and deep fry them. But it's a protein, it's a meat source. And you can make gizzard gravy and pour that over rice. Make it simple. You don't have to have a separate meat choice. You can just make the gizzard gravy and call it a day. Grapes, you want to stick to the grapes with seeds in them. For some reason, they cost a third of the cost of those seedless grapes. And from what I understand, grapes with seeds in them are best for you. I see that chicken legs are cheaper than chicken wings. So when you make your soups, and I like chicken and dumplings, chicken legs, cook the chicken off the bone. You don't know what part of the chicken that was. And my hamburger meat, I buy it in bulk and then break it down by the sections that look like pounds. And they don't even have to be a full pound. It could be a little less than a pound, because, you use about a pound when you make spaghetti or when you make other dishes. And sloppy joes and stuff like that. Now, a good substitute for beef is hamburger meat. Like when you make tibs, Eastern African people, Eritrean or Ethiopian, they might cook tibs, which is either lamb or either beef, chopped up, kind of like if you were going to make tacos with beef meat, chopped up like that. And so you can use the hamburger meat as tacos also, taco meat. But the tips, you start with your vegetables, whatever vegetables you're going to use. And if you don't have any vegetables, you just cook the meat and put your flavor to it and add the Burberry sauce. But I like to do it up. I like to put onions, bell pepper, and even a red bell pepper to give it a little color. And garlic. And then pour that over injera bread. So also, when you're buying your apples, don't buy the biggest separated apples. You want to buy the small bags of apples, because those are going to be set at a price that you can see. You know, when you're buying stuff by the pound, you don't know how much it's going to cost, because you just buying a bunch of stuff by the weight, and unless you're weighing it and you know how to calculate that in your head, you're basically over shopping, and you don't want to go over whatever your budget is. So stick to those smaller, you know, it might be more like a snack rather than a meal for an apple. Also, your limes and lemons and avocados, stick to the ones where you can see the prices clearly. $2 for $4, $3 for $1. Each one of these, like by the piece, costs this much, that much. And your bread, I buy bread that molds, so I want to break it down in small portions and freeze it. Just like my hamburger meat. When I buy it in bulk, I break it down. If it's about 4 pounds, I break it down to 4 sections and freeze individual sections. So when I need a little meat, I can go in there and pull it out without having to thaw the whole thing out. And when you cook and decide, okay, I've got leftovers. Some people throw their leftovers away, and some people save it for another day. I say, save your leftovers and freeze it in small portions. That way, when your friends and relatives come over hungry, reach up in there, pull out something or a couple somethings, because you've put them in smaller portions, and feed them. And I am going by notes because I didn't want to forget. Cantaloupe is your cheapest melon out there. So cantaloupe over honeydew over any other kind of melon or watermelon or whatever. Well, I would say that's about it on this subject of shopping right now. But remember, this bill that was just signed is temporary. We don't know what is to come after the time period on this bill. And for people who are doing well, remember those people who's not. And when you see people out in the streets, homeless, at least, we're going into holiday time and cold time. Give away hand warmers, gloves, socks, and things like that.